Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me a voice. Today, talk about other occurrence, other occurrence, and methods for preventing, in many ways, and utilization and biogas. The huge problem have other which makes surrounding very difficult and unpleasant. Therefore, we want for better neighborship of like facilities like biogas plant, wastewater, landfill, eliminate other. Other are gases which smells very badly and unpleasant and uncomfortable, usually are similarly somehow toxic, or in case of hydrogen sulfide, uh, is irritating because hydrogen sulfide until is sensible is fine. The hydrogen sulfide is toxic when concentration is upper our limits of senses. The two other main gases are hydrogen sulfide and acetic acid, which used often as volatile organic acid compound, easily goes somehow in vapor and is also counted of order. My work today is my topic is based on article of Professor Toledo and Munoz from Valladolid University in Spain, and are based on an article written in Journal of Environmental Chemical Engineering and entitled Odor Prevention Strategies in Wastewater Treatment Plants, a pilot-scale study of activating sludge recycling and oxidized nitrogen recycling. This is the world that we want to check how nitrous oxides eliminates the other compounds, so diluting the hydrogen sulfide emission. The big problem is that some volatile organic compounds, volatile sulfide compounds, and volatile fatty acids released from treatment plants and sewer neutrons, wastewater and biogas are very and micropollutants as ammonia are air pollutants, and others are irritating and also are corrosive, so destroying the local metal elements. So it needs to eliminate. The one of common techniques in biogas is microaeration, which helps to eliminate. Other ways are different kinds of adsorbent, which adsorb this hydrogen sulfide and eliminate. They say, Professor Munoz decide that since ammonia is very high, easily can be also the nitrogen oxide can be recycled and take this hydrogen sulfide from cases adsorbed in spilling and say split this hydrogen sulfide into some, for example, ammonium sulfate, which can be used as nutrient. The pilot plant was used as wastewater treatment, was used as a settler, and that research was taken in the reactor of 10 liters and with rotation 200 waters per minute, And first was oxygen adding and some recirculation line, some nitrogen oxide. So first treatment was by oxidation, microaeration, and then biological treatment using this nitrogen oxide bacteria. And this nitrogen oxide would stop using. You stop and close these hot odorless gases like hydrogen sulfide. The technique was checking if the addition of this would help or not. The results was that uh, remove and dissolve oxygen, pH, and solid retention time, depending if the technique was sustained. And in excess of oxygen, the coagulation plant become stop. So higher than 2-3 milligrams oxygen per liter become stop and stop working, and it's not using to utilization concentration. Therefore, time course and pH was between 6 and 2, and the reason is that in case of settling narration in settled tank, the volatile solid increased, so the absorb was higher than in case of not using only oxygen twice. The pH in case of validation was increase this pH. So in case the process would like to behave from up to 6, so neutral. So if process needs to be more acidic, this is not well. But if the process of nitrogen oxide would be basic or neutral, it can be used. The odor smell was decreased of 15% in compared to other not used. The conclusion is that even after all, the acetic acid was by half reduced, and even after 2 was in 80%. So this shows that was useful for eliminating of hydrogen sulfide and acetic acid. Still is very high, very useful, and even higher in some cases. In case of good oxidation of 0.2 and nitrogen of from 0.78 was even 95% of hydrogen sulfide reduction. So very optimistic. And these techniques, if not acidic on this process, can be used as sufficient for eliminating hydrogen sulfide. There, this is the interesting. Maybe not so high, can be also acidotrophic, and for example, hydrogen needs some other techniques. We need to remember that in case of documentation which scars hydrogen, the hydrogen sulfide is also the process that is compelling to hydrogen and takes hydrogen. So in documentation would be prevention and splitting this hydrogen sulfide more useful. This is all for today. Thank you for listening to me.